Hey y'all, this is your girl Tysheen. How you doing? I know. I've been gone for a long time on this channel. Please forgive me. Some of y'all know that I got a strike like a couple of months ago. It's been like a couple of months now, okay? I think the last video I did was like 3 weeks ago, but before that it was like 2 months. Like the other videos, it was like 2 months ago. I'm so sorry. I'm like, damn, I really abandoned this channel. I'm so sorry, y'all. I have another channel too, so yeah, I have another channel, but this one I feel so bad because, you know, this is where I started. So yeah, please forgive me. Please forgive me. Yeah, it's just that I had to take a little break from this channel because of the strike. I was getting emails because of the other videos that YouTube wanted me to take down. It was just too much. It was just too much going on. It just, stuff like that, it doesn't motivate you to even want to do anything else. It's like, I don't know, but I'm here, okay? I'm not gonna give up. I'm here. Hopefully all of that is in the past, okay? So I'm going to be reacting to this videos. There's a couple of videos I'm gonna be reacting to, but this one here is You've Been Lied to About Africa. Wow. I don't know what they're gonna talk about. I mean, when I was a kid, going to school, we didn't learn much about Africa. The only thing we learned about Africa, well, what I pictured Africa when I was a kid, you know, people there used to live in huts. They didn't have a lot of resources like us, you know. They didn't have a lot of food. Like, the stuff that they were showing us on TV, like in commercials, you know, everybody there was hungry, they're starving. They wanted us to send money over there. The people there didn't have clothes, and so it's not really our fault, is what the media was showing us, okay? They didn't tell us the truth about Africa, basically. Well, yeah. They try to put this picture that Africa is like the poorest country in the world, you know, and the people over there ain't got no food. They live, like I said, they live in huts, or some of them live on the street, and yeah, basically. But let's get straight to this video.
Africa is poor and unsafe to live. This is one of the most common misconceptions people have about living in Africa. The truth is, it's not your fault. Over the years, Western media has shown negative images and focused on the poorest and most isolated regions in Africa. This is driven by cultural and political biases and business interests. Of course, there are poor and underdeveloped regions in Africa, but in reality, Africa is a relatively comfortable place to live. It is home to over 50 different countries and has some of the best urban cities. To see how this continent really is, it is important to challenge the dominant framework posed by the media and look at Africa from a different perspective. That's why it is best to experience things and see for yourself. Today we will help you debunk all the popular myths.
He's right. So it's good to travel and learn things on your own, because like I said, in school they don't teach you a lot of stuff, and they teach you what they want to teach you
about this culturally rich and stunning continent. Myth number 1: Africa has no big cities, only land. Africa has the fastest urban growth in the globe. The continent's population is estimated to double between 2020 and 2050. 2/3 of this growth is expected to be absorbed by urban areas. And in the next 3 decades, cities are projected to be a home for an additional 950 million people.
950 million.
Africa has some of the biggest, fanciest, and most well-designed cities in the world. Here's what cities in Africa actually look like. Nairobi is the capital city of Kenya and one of the fastest growing cities on the continent.
Yeah,
it is a well-designed area with a unique mix of modernity and tradition. The bustling city has a
this is what they don't teach you in school.
Wide range of accommodations that cater to every budget and a great nightlife. One of the most interesting places to visit is the Nairobi skyline, with modern buildings and skyscrapers. The Central District also has modern commercial buildings, towers, and favored venues for exhibitions, events, seminars, and conferences. Still not convinced? Nairobi has the largest retail center in sub-Saharan Africa. The Two Rivers Mall is a shopping mall that houses more than 200 stores. It has both international and local fashion brands, making it a popular destination for shopping and entertainment.
It's crazy.
Lagos is a huge financial center
Lagos.
and the cultural and entertainment capital of Africa. It is also the most exclusive city to live in. It is a densely populated area with busy streets and some serious traffic jams.
Look at this.
The truth.
And for the people who say, oh, Africa don't have cars, they walk on their bare feet. Look at this. Look at this.
It is not just the skyscrapers and amazing buildings that make Lagos a popular place to live in.
Look at that church.
But the job opportunities as well. This city is surrounded by water bodies, which means it gets access to some remarkable beaches and tourist attractions. Many multinational companies have branch offices here. It is also home to several high net worth individuals. Some of the top multinational companies that have offices in Lagos are Google Technology Multinational and Shell Petroleum Development Company.
Okay, see?
So, if you're looking for a city that tunes in with the modern world, Lagos is the place to be. Tunis is the biggest city and the capital of Tunisia. This modern metropolis is full of surprises. On one side, there are many ancient buildings and cultural centers that showcase the real richness of the history of this place. But on the other side, you can see picturesque buildings, apartments, popular venues, and tourist destinations with modern quarters, like the iconic Atratin office building, which was recently completed in Tunisia. This type of architecture specializes in contemporary projects, creating a glass construction with distinctive features that
Look
fit
at that.
perfectly in a modern city.
Look at that, y'all. Look at this artwork. Look at that. I want to know how long it took them to do that, to build that. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm telling you, people be sleeping on Africa. Don't be sleeping on Africa, okay? Come on. The whole continent, come on. Travel, as people, we need to go and travel. These places are beautiful. You'd be surprised.
Myth number 2. Cities in Africa are dirty and dangerous. Africa has some of the greenest and cleanest cities.
I've heard that before. That's dangerous to go over there. Don't go over there. It's dangerous. I used to always hear that. Don't go over there. You crazy? It's dangerous. No.
Town is the continent's greenest city and plans to become greener and more sustainable. Nairobi, Cairo, Johannesburg, Kinshasa, and Lagos are also among the best in terms of ecological transition and environmental practices. This is something several cities in America and Europe lack. Although crime is a major socio-economic problem because of labor surplus and uneven distribution of power and wealth, this is common in other continents as well.
In other countries.
In Africa are uneducated. Africa has some of the best universities in the world. Here, people can get a high-quality education. Take the University of Cape Town, for example. It is ranked number 125th in the best global universities. That means it is in the top 300 of the global rankings. Other top-quality educational centers include the University of Witwatersrand, Stellenbosch University, University of Ibadan, Cairo University, and more. Based on recent statistics, Africa's current primary school enrollment rate is over 80%. The African continent has seen some of the highest increases in elementary school enrollment in the last couple of decades. Although, not everyone ends up going to college. There are plenty of people with a college degree. Myth number 4. People who live in Africa have no access to modern technology.
I've heard that before too, years ago. I'm quite sure everybody know, of course, they have like phones and all that over there, and they have access to computers and all that. But I'm talking about like back in the days, I remember people used to be like, oh, they don't got no computers over there, and they don't have this, they don't have that. Like I said, I used to always hear this all the time. So it's crazy though, it's crazy. And like I said, I don't blame people for not knowing another country, because especially if you haven't been there before, so it kind of makes sense, because like I said, we're being taught what the school teach us. So yeah.
Today, around 20 to 22 million people in South Africa are using smartphones. This accounts for roughly 1/3 of the country's population. Samsung is the most popular brand in the region, accounting for over 40% of the purchased devices. Nigeria is another country with a huge smartphone user base. Nigeria is at the top of the list of African countries with the biggest number of mobile phones. Mobile technologies and services continue to fuel the region's economy. but they are not the only technologies that are available on the continent. Egypt is also seen as a forerunner in digital media. According to statistics, revenue in the digital media market in Egypt is estimated to reach $1,165,000 in 2023. The biggest segment in the market is video games, with an estimated volume of $692 million in 2023. Myth number 5. Africa is sunny, dry, and hot all of the time. Africa is a diverse continent with different temperatures and landscapes.
How beautiful that is. Look how
located
beautiful
on the equator
spaces.
receive the most solar heat than any other area on the planet. Since the equator cuts across the center of the African continent, it makes Africa the most tropical continent in the world. But the rest of Africa lies south and north of the equator.
That's where I
so
want
it
to
is
go.
normal for countries to have rainfall, mild moist winters, and dry summers. For example, Cape Town in South Africa has a Mediterranean climate with dry summers and rainy winters. For many, the Mediterranean climate is an optimal climate to live in. It is not as hot as in the desert, nor too cold in some other regions of the globe. Nigeria, on the other hand, has 3 distinct climate zones. In the south, there is a tropical monsoon climate. Most central regions have a tropical savanna climate. In the north, has a semi-arid and Sahelian hot climate. So, even if it gets very warm, you can pop the aircon and call it a day. Myth number 6. Africa is poor. Africa is rich in natural resources. They range from natural gas to water, yes water, wildlife, forests, and minerals. This continent holds a major portion of the natural resources in the world, both non-renewables and renewables. Data shows that this continent contains 30% of the world's mineral reserves, 12% of oil reserves, and 8% of natural gas. It has up to 90% of its platinum and chromium, and 40% of the world's gold. The land offers plenty of resources. The only problem is that many of these resources are used unsustainably or go through illegal activities. For example, Africa loses billions of dollars every year of its natural capital through illegal mining, logging, and wildlife trade. Overall, the continent has a lot to gain if it were to pull and harness the vast natural resources together and use them for the region's development. It could be one of the most sustainable and self-reliant continents on the globe. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Africa has a ton of beautiful places and modern buildings. Hopefully, this video gave you a little insight into the true beauty of the African continent.
Thank you for this video.
Have you visited any of these places? Which one did you like the most? Don't forget to share your experiences in the comments below and subscribe to the channel for more content. We'll see you next time.
Yes, subscribe to them. Oh man. Some of these things I wasn't surprised. You know, I just wanted y'all to watch it and learn from this, okay? These are for the people who think that Africa is just poor and there's a lot of crime going on and that's it. And they don't have access to technology and all that. These are for those people, because some people, like I said, when I went to school, we wasn't taught about certain things, and we went by what social media, not social media, but the media, like news, stuff on TV, stuff that they show us, and movies and stuff like that. They always show us stuff about people in Africa live in huts, they homeless, and it's dry and it's dirty. It's like that's what they always show us. So we always, you know, when we was kids, we always thought that that's how Africa is, you know, or Africa was. But now you get older, you start learning things on your own, and with social media now, people, you know, people show you the other side of Africa, you know, when they travel over there, they show you how beautiful Africa is, you know. Like I said, it's some parts of Africa, of course, is gonna be rough, but what other country had that doesn't have like the rough side, you know? I can't even hardly hear myself. I have the headphones on and I feel like I'm yelling. But what I was saying, every country has a rough side, okay? And with Africa, everybody knows Africa is a continent. Africa is not just a country, you know. There's different countries there. I think it's like 50. If I can remember, it's 52, or is it more than that? I don't remember how many countries there are in Africa. I think it's like 50 something like that. So it really depends on where Africa you're talking about. Like I said, every country has some parts. There's always going to be a country that have some parts. It's going to be a little rough, and it's going to have the rich part. It's going to have like not low income, like middle class place, you know, to live. But yeah, but now you see, you know, Africa is growing. If you know, it's good to just travel these places and see it for yourself, see how it is out there, you know. That's the only thing you're gonna learn about another country, is go find out yourself. I mean, it's always good to do your research before you go to another country, of course. You know, you don't want to go to another country and you don't know nothing about that country, then that's kind of, could be a little risky, you know. But I could go on and on about this. I love these type of videos. I like when they show that there are some nice side from, you know, in Africa. I like this. But comment below, let me know how you feel about this video. Is there anything you'd like to add? Did he miss something? Let me know, and I'll see you lovely people. Take care. Peace.